Hey guys, good morning. It's Tony. Before I start the video, I do want to say please like, subscribe, and comment. If you want to join the Patreon, you can join at patreon.com/, but I'm not a trader. I'll drop the link somewhere in the comment section or in the description. My second membership, my second tier is officially locked as of yesterday. I only have one membership left. When that one's locked, I will probably close the Patreon for any more members unless anybody drops. And if there's demand, I'll open up another membership, right? But it'll obviously be more expensive. But yeah, as of right now, tier 1 and 2 are locked. So there's no more. You can't join those anymore. Tier 3 membership is the only one that's open, and that will be the only one that stays open for the foreseeable future until it gets filled up. But anyways, let's run a quick TA on Bitcoin just because I haven't really done one of these videos in a while. And really more from scratch, right? And so first, it really works out. You can either do support and resistance, or you can run your channels. I personally just like doing the channels because it's a lot easier to look at and maintain. And then always, I like looking at a bias, right? So I go from the monthly, right? Go for the monthly. Obviously, we're pretty bearish on the monthly. We're extremely bearish on the monthly, right? And I would say that you have really nice monthly support at 59,192 right here. I'm not going to set it up, but you do have your really good support there. Support, and then you have your resistance at 71K. So I would say that's your overall range for the month, right? I would probably do this, set it up here, and then your range would be all the way like that. So that would be your monthly range. On the weekly, you're actually about to close a bullish candle, right? Or a bullish trigger on the weekly, but you're right on that mid-channel trend. So as of right now, I am more bullish, I'd say, towards the upside. Probably more bullish towards maybe like a 63,546. But you are right on this mid-channel, right? So what I would like to see is I want to see a candle that actually closes above this mid-channel trend, right? So something in the likes of this. So here, let me kind of dumb this down a little bit or make it a little bit easier to watch. Background, extend right. No, I need this to be blue and blue. There we go. There you go. So if you guys can actually see this candle, right, like that. Whoops, can I make it a little bit skinnier? There you go. So in order for me to actually be bullish, I would need this to actually close above here, right? I would need a weekly candle to close something like this, right? So I can actually be bullish towards this upper trend of 68,583. Really, it's that simple. You don't need support and resistance. I could probably run support and resistance on the weekly, right? You probably set it up, and usually how I do support and resistance, it's just go for the most wicks, right? You can see here you're touching all these wicks right here, all these wicks. On the bottom side, you're looking for the most wicks without going into any candles. So this would be probably your first support would be right there, right? Your next support would be right there, and again, you don't want to touch any actual, what is it called? You don't want to touch any actual candle. So I like this right here. I like that. And then something that we haven't touched, I probably like, is there any more actually? Any more? No, I think that's it actually. As far as weekly, right? As far as your actual support and resistance, this is essentially it, right? There's not too much going on as far as the weekly of support and resistance. Let me just change this to solid to make sure. But again, I need this to close above, right? This will confirm a close above resistance, and it'll confirm a close above that mid channel, right? I was actually getting confused on that one, but yeah, that's what I would need, right? I would need for us to actually close above. So as of right now, I am starting to get a little bit more bullish to the upside, but I would not be surprised if you do something like this, right? Like next week, right? But again, if you close above, maybe come down a little bit, and then you would shoot up like that. Or, shoot up, or you would just straight up shoot up like that, honestly. So there's a couple scenarios that can happen with Bitcoin. I'm still, like I said, because my bear triggers on the monthly are still very much active and bearish, right? And again, you can see last time what happened. This is my forecast, right? You drop on the bear triggers, right? From here, actually from here, all the way down, boom. And then from here, you dropped all the way down to 42. So my first actual forecast hit perfectly, right? I threw this up on my, what is it called? On my Patreon, and my first target was actually right at this low. It's super funny. It was right here, like 49,000, almost exactly, right? So that was essentially my, from trigger, like my first actual target. So 30,000 and then 42,000. So for August, my target on the low side already hit, right? But you could definitely see much lower movement, right, by a whole bunch. But again, it really just comes down to where we close. I'm looking more for confirmation next week, right? Next week I'll come back and I'll do another video. But again, in order for me to be bullish, right, I need this to close above. I need that bullish candle like up here in order for us to probably push back to like 68K. Other than that, I'm still pretty freaking bearish. There's no reason for me to be bullish, especially when you're not really closing, or you don't want to close above this resistance really. But again, I want some candles above this mid channel, right? This little dashed line that you see right here. I want something closing above this. At least some daily bullish candles closing above here. As long as that doesn't happen, I don't think we're going back to 68, 69K, right? But if I want to be bullish, or if I turn bullish, it's because we're closing candles above this mid channel, and you haven't been doing that for like the last, I don't know, like the totality of August, right? You've really just been trading sideways, honestly. And again, I'll be bullish when we start closing up here. Other than that, I'm still pretty bearish as fuck. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.